which as usual, the opposite like can be applied on Bitcoin. We previously broke below the 18K, right? We retested it. This retest of the 18K is exactly the same as this retest of the 8 if you want 8%, it's like the same. It's here, okay? The 8.1%, which we saw previously of this support resistance, right? So very similar approach for these two. Now, and like as I kept on saying previously, if you remember, for the bulls to reclaim control, we need to see a break back above the 18K. Now the 18K is acting as a massive resistance zone, okay? For the bulls to reclaim control, to take over again from a medium-term perspective, we need to see a break above the 18K again, and then we'll be expecting a movement till the 20K. The 20K is a massive zone. I'll show you why in a bit, which would be USDT dominance breaking below the 8% again, and then we'll be expecting this movement. Okay, the exact same thing. We will see here the 20K is a massive zone, because it's not only a round number, a support resistance, but also this is where we had the break here of the FTX crash, right? So this is a very strong supply area, as you can see, an aggressive bearish movement from here. So if the Bitcoin managed to break above the zone and dive back here, this is a massive resistance zone. It happens to be also lining up. Let me delete this one previously. It happens to be also lining up with this upper trend line, as we can see from from daily time frame. Let me delete this one and delete this one. Here we go. So from H4 time frame, we are currently here trading inside this falling channel, and like I posted on TradingView like this. This one was funny, what you can see here. Like here we go. So we are trading here, and we are currently here. If you notice, if you click on play, we didn't see a break below the zone yet. As you see, the price rejected it. We traded higher. We are currently here. Now, if we break below this 15,700, okay, this exact level, that's why you see my alert right here, okay? If we break below it, then expect a bearish movement right there. So we are currently trading inside a big falling channel, or it can be also as a descending triangle like this. Okay, if we trade lower and we have an H4 or preferably or like better extra confirmation daily candle below this 15 like 600, 15, 700, if we have this candle, we'll be expecting further bearish movement. It would be, let me show you, it would be an impulse correction and then an impulse again. This impulse would be very similar as the projection, which is that's it. Okay, so which bring us to 10 to to 10 to 12K support zone, if and only if this happens. And I'll show you like the bullish scenario, which you can also find on my TradingView if you check it. Here we go. Okay, so we've got two possible scenarios. 15,700 is still here. We've got two options. If you break it upward, okay, so we're still here. If you break it upward, we'll be expecting a bullish move. If you break the 18K, we'll be expecting a movement to 20K. And if you break lower, we'll be expecting further bearish movement. Anyway, I'll show it to you here now. But first, before I show you the bullish scenario, let's go to weekly time frame to show you the 10 to 12K. Okay, so like this drawing was like from last week. So 10 to 12K is a massive zone because it's not only a support, previously a resistance, multiple rejections here, but also a demand zone. Why a demand? Because this entire bullish movement started here. Okay, so this is indeed a massive zone. If you check monthly time frame, okay, look at this bullish movement, right? So bearish candle here, and then we had multiple bullish candles. Okay, this is the last bearish candle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 month bullish, and it's still fresh, right? So price hasn't tested this zone yet. Previously we had a demand here. If you check weekly time frame, Okay, and anyway, I'll zoom in a bit, but this is a massive, massive zone. And I also show, and I also posted like something on TradingView, which you can find, I guess, yeah, this is basically it. Okay, so if you check this one as well, you can see like this pattern all over the place, right? Impulse, falling correction, continuation, impulse, rising correction, reversal, impulse, falling correction, reversal. Okay, so which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and I showed examples here. 1, which is this one, 2, which is this one, right? And now we are in the making of a 4, maybe. Okay, so you can check this post out, and then you can check this one, and also last but not least this, and also like today I posted a video analysis for it. Okay, so now we are inside this 4, which is a falling correction movement. Previously we had a demand zone here which got filled, right? This demand zone here got filled, but this demand zone, right, which you also saw from monthly time frame, which is a massive one, isn't filled yet. So we might go lower, fill it before we start to go higher. Now let's get back to our daily time frame. So for the bear scenario, we already know what we are looking for if we get this break downward. Now, if we get this break upwards, okay, above, for example, like above like 1750, 17K 050. If you break it upward, we'll be expecting a movement till the 18K. But then we would like to see a break above the 18K for the price to be able to reach the 20. Okay, so these are the most of the scenarios. For now, I can't really say much inside this zone. And yeah, if you want, you can say like something here that the bears took over, okay, started the impulse, now the correction started, now here we go, the correction, or the impulse, like, because it's a descending triangle, and like is about to start here, and we've got FOMC and like 1 hour and 40 minutes. So let's see how the FOMC will behave. It might be pushing it downward, or might push it upward, but it doesn't really matter, because what matters is this zone and this zone. Okay, if you trade like this here, it doesn't matter. Okay, would like to see a break above the zone to be able to trade higher, or below the zone to be able to trade lower. Okay, let's check the comments before I move forward to Ethereum. Mac, here we go. Mac, cheers, mate. Okay, let's sorry. Let's move forward to Ethereum. A very similar chart as you noticed already. If you make an offset for this one, you can also draw this falling one, and let's make this one in orange for you to see it even better. That's it. Let's extend this one from last week. This one isn't broken, so let's delete it. Here we go. This is how like you update your chart fast. Extend this trend line, this one as well. That's it. Daily time frame. We are currently, let's remove this one like this. Here we go. So we broke below this what I call midway support, because we've got the support here, a resistance here, and this is the midway support. We broke it downward, we retested it, and we are currently trading lower. Now, if we break below this low, it wouldn't be good for Ethereum. First, we'll be diving inside the 1K, and then we'll be expecting a break below it, and then a movement till the 400 to 600 zone, which would be Bitcoin diving inside the 10 to 12K. Okay, here we go. Like this is the 600, which is a massive demand zone, and this is the 400, which is a resistance zone previously, support resistance, right? So this is 400. That's why it's from the 400 to the 600. Okay, the 400 being a support, the 600 being a demand zone. But for us to be able to reach this low, we need to see a break below this 1K, because for now we are in a bearish channel, impulse correction, impulse correction. Let's see on how low this impulse can go. Okay, we are currently here still. For example, if you have a low here, we have a low here. This low was broken downward, so we traded lower. This low wasn't broken downward yet. Okay, if it's broken downward, we'll be expecting further bearish movement and then a reversal from here. For now, as long as we don't break below this low, like from daily time frame, we can still trade higher from here. We can also see a channel, which you can see here. I don't know why I don't have it. Here, let's remove these ones from daily, and let's add this one here. Okay, perfect. And let's go for like this. Okay, now you can see it better. Let's add it also on H4 time frame. Let's go to weekly time frame, and this is it. Okay, we are currently trading inside this range. We can still trade like this before we break it upward and the bull run starts, or if we break it lower, we're expecting movement like this and so on. So that's basically it for Ethereum. If we break below this low, we'll be expecting further bearish movement. Okay, for the bulls to reclaim the support zone, we would like to see a break above it again. Okay, which would be around 1250 or 1270. If we break it upward, we'll be expecting a bullish movement from here till the 1.5 or 1500, which is also where this bearish or like this crash started from here. Okay. Meanwhile, so from a short-term perspective, the exact same thing as Bitcoin. We broke above this, this high previously. We are trading higher, and now we are around this area. Let's see if the FOMC will drag it lower or it will result in a break upward, but it doesn't really matter if we trade lower or higher here, as long as we don't break above this high. We want a break above this high for the boost to be able to trade higher, or a break below this low for us to trade lower. Ishanna, hope you're doing good. Okay, now let's go for NWC as usual, just right after Bitcoin Ethereum. If you go to weekly time frame, we are currently approaching a massive demand zone, as you see, around 0.05. If you go a little bit, zoom in a little bit lower, we can see that this is like the previous major low as well for the bulls to take over. Now we need to see these three breaks. The first one is here from a short-term perspective, then from a medium-term perspective, and then from a long-term perspective above this massive resistance zone, as you clearly see here around 0.2. But for now, let's take it step by step, right? Let's re-add this one like this. Here we go. If you go to H4 time frame, we are currently stuck here inside a choppy range. We can even draw as a trend line. You can see it better on H1 time frame. That's it. Okay, let's go for red. Let's make an offset. This is it, right? So for the bulls to take over here, first I need to see a break above this high. Okay, like this. And then we'll be expecting a bullish movement. But what I care about is the 0.06, which why you see my alerts here, right? So if we break it higher, we'll be expecting a bullish movement till the next resistance zone, which is this one and green. As you can see, previously a support, previously a demand, filled multiple times, and now acting as support, broken downward, now a resistance. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know in the members talk. Meanwhile, let me take a little break and a sip. Okay. Okay, Galatasaray for for Joseph as usual. I don't really have much updates, Joseph. I don't think he is here now, but I think he can still watch the recording. So for this one, we are still waiting for a break above the 2 for the bulls to take over. So I don't really have much to say, except that we don't really have much data from weekly. From H4, I can't really add also much. This is it from daily time frame, awaiting this break for the bulls to take over, and we'll be expecting a bullish movement.